Ladies, ladies and gentlemen, introducing New Year's resolution. In this corner, we have a lack of sleep. And in this corner, we have a damn fool. Begin. Yeah. So, first off, I am late. Oh, update available. Remind me later. Alright. Okay. Goodness. Now, I'm going to do something that is probably highly stupid. Let's see. Let's, fixing bugs. Finishing the game, dialogue boxes, leveling up, and stats. I have gotten to leveling up in stats. That is the farthest I have gotten. However...
Hi, in the last part of making our RPG, we made a player object that moves and animates.
Wait. Right. There.
And enemies that move around the room and follow the player. In
Mm-hmm.
this part, we are gonna make real-time sword combat so the player can attack enemies to defeat them. We're also gonna allow the enemies to hurt the player so you can lose and the game restart.
So basically, this is the other path. We chose to go down turn-based style gameplay. I can somewhat show you what that does. Going in here, I can move around. Also, I made it so that if you press R, one moment, there is something I need to do. There is something that must be done. Where is sprites? Also, first off, I made a Minotaur. I tried making a Minotaur. No, sprites. Oh. Dang it. Edit image. Now then. Oh. There. Just need to do this for all of them. walk down, edit image. I'll have to clear up some of this up here eventually. Anyway. Yeah. Is that how I did this guy? Yeah, okay. There was a video where he's just fixing bugs, but this is funnier. Oh, darn it. There. Darn it, I did the same mistake again. There we go. That should be everything. Now then. Aha. With the power of nostrils, he now will not get stuck in walls. That is hilarious. But yeah, anyway. This is what I wanted to show you. This is the turn-based battling system. It is very bare bones. But yeah. That is what we have currently. However, let me see if I can... Gosh, why do I even have that tab open? Let me see. Oh, that's the Troidor March, or whatever it's called. Basically, if any of you have played Paper Mario, then you probably know of first hits, which is when you attack an enemy in the main world. When you go into combat, you get a free extra hit. Usually it's only to the first enemy, and all enemies after that. But currently we only have one enemy at a time. So, yeah.
So let's open our project and get started.
Oh, but before all of this, I need to close some of this. Let's see. Yeah, Yeah, I'm just gonna close all of this. This is what the Minotaur looks like. I tried keeping it to the same somewhat quality of these enemies, but at the same time, I just can't. I tried giving him some amount of ab, but at the same time, I'm not very good at that. Let's see. Does that look better? Does this look more ab-like? Nah, I'll switch it back to... Yeah. Ha. Yeah. But that is the Minotaur. There might be some artifacts from when I tried scaling him up because he was one pixel too short, as you can see up here. He barely fits into the thing. But yeah, that is the Minotaur at the moment. Then I need to get rid of all of these where I drew a nose on the professor. Goodness. And so he will probably tell me to reopen stuff. So that's currently what I'm going to do.
We're gonna create an object called obj attack. It'll be
Another object called obj attack. Wait, or is it battle? obj action. Oh. No, wrong button. Obj create. There. Make sure it's a lowercase so it gets easier to put in. Obj attack. Yeah, I spelled it right. I didn't even need to look at this. The obvious way you spell the word.
quick animation of a sword swinging. When we press space, we'll create an instance of that object in front of the player. That instance will be destroyed after its animation has finished playing. Any enemies that touch that instance will lose health. This
So my idea on how I want that to work is, let me show you. We go over here. I click instead of pressing spacebar, and it will give me a free use of my power attack right off the bat. So it will just, I'll attack him, start the fight, and then boom, he's already down to 1 health. Assuming I start the fight. Otherwise, they go first. Is how I was thinking of doing it. But yeah, for right now.
thinking will work. Now select the objects folder, then this menu up here, and double click on objects to create a new one.
Oops. Where is the... There is no object folder. Not on mine. Not on my end. He has a bunch of folders. And I just... Okay. So all of the folders that would have been filled... Like, there was stuff in the sprites folder, there was stuff in the rooms folder, there was stuff in the battle folder. I do not get any folder that would have just been empty.
Object. I'll name this obj attack. Let's go and add the create event to this object. I'm just going to initialize one variable, damage.
Okay, wait. What?
This is the damage.
What just happened?
I'll name this obj attack.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go and add the create event to this object.
Damage.
I'm just going to initialize one variable, damage. This is the damage that this attack object does. And we're not going to make multiple, but if you want to have multiple kinds of objects with different damage values, you can do that. Now, as I said before, when its animation ends, we want this instance to be destroyed. So I'll go to its events, then other, and select animation end. This event runs when the animation of this instance plays and has ended. In this event, I'm going to call the instance destroy.
Okay. Instance destroyed.
Function. So when the animation has ended, the instance is going to be destroyed. In the inspector for this object, I'll set the sprite to the SPR/sprite.
Okay. So sprites to the SPR slash. Got it.
Now let's set up how the player is going to use this to attack. So in the objects, let's double click on obj player. In the create event over here, let's create 3 new variables. We have HP, which is how much health the player has. We have HP total, which is how much total health the player can have. And then we have damage, which is how much damage the player does.
Wait a minute. Didn't I? I'm almost confident I already did this. Yes. And then there's also charge. Yeah.
When we later add XP and levels, the total HP and damage will go up with each level. So these values will change during the game. Now for attacking, let's go into the step event. At the end of this event, I'm going to add a condition. To check if the space key was just pressed. This function checks if
Oh, there it is.
if the key has just been hit, and for it to run again, you have to release the key and hit it again. In the block for this condition, let's create a new instance of the obj attack. Attack object.
O B J attack.
This will be created at the X and Y position of the player.
Oh. Nope, that's not how that's worked. That's not how that one works. Okay. X, Y. I should put spaces in between them so I can keep track of them easier. Depth. And then OBJ attack. There.
Here, and the same depth as the player. Once the instance is created, its reference will be stored in this local variable over here. We are storing its reference because we want to set 2 values in the new instance, its rotation angle and damage. We'll change its angle so it rotates to face the same direction as the player. That
Okay.
direction.
Oh. Yeah, it is that inst dot image angle equals point direction.
Is the direction from the points 0 and 0?
0 and 0.
To the point created by the WASD input.
Or, and then ver.
Then we'll set its damage, but instead of overriding it, we'll multiply it with the damage of the player.
Oh, that's neat. Alright. So this is the part I'd have to get rid of eventually. There. Okay. And dot image. Oh wait, no, not that. Damage. Damage.
So that will be the final damage done to enemies. Now run the game with F5 and press space. You'll see this instance be
Okay. Just nice. Anyway, doesn't look like it does anything. All right, not yet, at least. All right.
being created, and it looks like the player is swinging a sword. Now there is a simple bug here. If you stand and face to the left and press space, the sword will be created.
Wait, really? Oh. Okay, so if I'm not moving, it just thinks that I'm facing right. Okay.
created to the right, and that happens no matter which direction you're standing in. It's always created to the right because the default direction when there is no input is 0, which does point to the right. So we're gonna quickly fix that first. Let's go back into the player object, and in the create event, I'm gonna make a variable called facing. This will store at all times which direction the player faced in when it gave any input from the WASD keys. To make this work, let's go into the step event, and inside this block where we check if there's any input from the WASD keys, and after setting the sprite, we're gonna do this. We're gonna set the facing variable. Its value will be the direction from
Okay. Equals.
the input, which we've already calculated over here. So I'm just gonna select this function call, cut it with Control X, come back here and paste it here with Control V. So now we are calculating this direction whenever there's any input. And it will be stored in this variable over here. Now you can come back to this part where we are creating the sword, and the sword's direction will be equal to that variable. So even when the player is not moving,
Okay. And then facing. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see if that's all I need to do. Okay, looks good.
it will remember where it was moving, and it will use that direction to create the sword. So run the game, stand to the left, press space, and the sword will be created. basically, whenever there's a collision between this object and an enemy, that enemy should receive a little knockback, and then its health should be lowered by the damage value of the attack instance.
I'd have to go into... Let's see. Battle Manager. Alarm 1, Alarm 2. This is enemy damage. One. How exactly? Hmm. Oh gosh. Trying to use my highly limited code understanding in order to think of how do I trigger this right off the bat. Alright. Well, let's see. Enemy turn, damage to enemy, player attack, function. Zero for 40, alarm 0. So this is where the enemy is attacking me. I'm not ready to put that OR command in right now. Okay.
We are first of all going to program a knockback in the enemy object. The way it will work is this.
So I'm thinking of how I'm going to try and do it is I take the code for if this guy collides with an enemy, then it will start the battle. I'm going to take that, add it to the OBG attack. Yeah. And then I will create an if player data charge equals this much, or first attack equals true, or something like that, then it will attack this. Or I could probably do something like I am actually really happy with that, huh? So then, instead of putting in damage wherever he says, I'll have to say, oh, this instead activates, it sets first, probably have it be first F underscore act attack there.
When the enemy is hit, we'll set alarm 1 in that enemy. While alarm 1 is counting down, the enemy will keep moving from its knockback, and once alarm 1 is executed, the knockback will stop.
I don't really need to do this.
Go into your objects and double click on OBJ enemy parent. Over here in the create event, let's make two new variables. These will be the knockback values on the X and Y axes. That's how much the enemy is moving while alarm 1 is active. Let's go into the events up here and add a collision event with the OBJ attack object.
Oh, this might be important. Okay, so OBG enemy, and then collision event, OGB attack. Could I have it be in the OBG attack? No, because the instance gets destroyed. So even if I did store it in the OGB attack, it would then destroy the instance, meaning that it wouldn't. So that's why we're saving it in the enemy. Okay.
A collision event runs when two instances collide with each other or overlap on the screen. So this event will run when this enemy collides with the player's sword attack. So in this event, we want to enable knockback, but only if alarm 1 is not yet counting down. So we'll check that in a condition. If alarm 1
And then what? Create. What? My enter key isn't working. Oh, I'm using the basic stuff for this. Have I overwritten it? There's no undo option, so I'm gonna have to take this a bit carefully. OBG enemy parent. It's locked. How do I unlock it? Change event. Oh, that's change it to a different type of event. Uh-oh. This is probably flawed. One moment. Oh, there. And Control C that, right. Control C, Control V. Then I need to set this to if it's false. Okay. I need to edit this, but I don't. It isn't letting me. Oh, there. I doubt it's going to work first try. Wow. Well, that failed. I need to get into its data first try. Oh, wait, what? First attack. OBG enemy. Oh. Oh. And then. Yeah, I'm doing this on. Okay, collision with this. First off, just get rid of all that and delete event, yes. What? Oh, right, it's not here.
It's below 0, it means it's not been set yet, because then it will be -1. So in
Wait,
that
what?
case, so this event will run when this enemy collides with the player's sword attack. So in this event, we want to enable knockback, but only if alarm 1 is not yet counting down. So we'll check that in a condition. If
Okay. Then instead of HP,
The other instance here is the sword attack, because that's what you're colliding with. So this will get the damage from that and then subtract it from the HP of the enemy.
wait. Okay.
Then let's set the image color of the enemy to red to tell the player that it's been hit.
I also don't need
Now we
that.
set the knockback.
Oh, actually, I might. Oh, and then I need to do equals here.
Enemy to red to tell the player that it's been hit. Now we set the knockback values. For the X knockback, this
Wait, OG player. Is there. Origin parent. OBJ paddle manager. What? What? Huh. Can't see any of this anywhere. Can't see where it. Goodness, I may have to try and do all of this and then go back to the other.
will be the sign of the difference between the current X and the sword's X.
Right. Do I need that? No, I'm not using
The
it.
sign is a value that's either -1, 0, or 1, so it gives us the general direction in which you need to move. For the Y knockback, we then do the same, but using the Y coordinates. Then finally, we set alarm 1 to 20, so the knockback will run for 20 frames.
Alarm 1. Okay. I can also do alarm 1 equal 20. And then have alarm 1 set.
The knockback will run for 20 frames. Now let's go and add that alarm 1 event. In this event, we are first going to reset the image color to white. Then we're going to run a condition to check if the HP of the enemy is at or below 0.
Wait.
In that case, we destroy the enemy instance because, well, its HP is 0 and it has been defeated. So once this event runs, alarm 1 will become inactive again, allowing this condition to be
I don't really need to do that. Instead, I could probably just set move speed equals 0. Alright, in that case, is this the strong attack? Yeah. There. Oh my goodness. And then I think I can just do that. And that should stop that question mark. So I should be able to test out the stuff that I've done and see how horribly it breaks things. No. Oh. Yeah, it completely breaks stuff. Yeah. I figured that that might happen. It set their move speed to 0, but I didn't have anything to telling it to set it back to 1. One moment. Let's see, its move speed is what exactly? Oh, and then I need that and that. Does that fix it? Let's see. This also isn't very... Darn. It doesn't really stop it all that much. Noted. So I will probably need to initiate all the knockback stuff that I've been skipping.
Instance is created, its reference will be stored in this local variable over here. We are storing its reference because we want to set two values in the overlap on the screen. So this event will run when this enemy collides with that's what you're colliding with. So this will get the damage from that knockback. This will be the sign of the difference between the current X and the swords X. Okay?
Move speed equals 0. And then... target Y equals Y. Does that work? Time to test things. Oh. I think it stuns it. I'll have to increase the alarm. Let's do it just at a 0 for now. Oh. Weird. So it only takes effect when... Oh. This is done. So there's actually a 20 frame delay between this and this. Okay, so is that why he is setting... Okay. Control C, get rid of that. And then Control V. So now, if I put this in... Oh, that works. Okay. It's a bit finicky, but I can work with it.
A sign is a value that's either -1, 0, or 1, so it gives us the general direction in which you need to. Then finally, we set alarm 1 to 20, so the knockback will run for 20 frames. Now let's go and add that alarm 1 event. In this event, we are first going to reset the image color to white. Then we're going to run a condition to check if the HP of the enemy is at or below 0. In that case, we destroy the enemy instance because, well, its HP is 0 and it has been defeated. So once this event runs...
Oh, wait, one moment. I can just, what, X? Is that cut? Oh, X is cut. Nice. Anyway. Boom. Now then. What does this do? Hopefully nothing horrifying and soul-crushing. Okay. I'm just absolutely kiting him. Alright. I kind of like that. It's somewhat spammable, but...
alarm 1 will become inactive again, allowing this condition to be true and the enemy to be hit again. Now everything is in place apart from one thing. While this alarm is counting down, we want the enemy to move with the knockback X and Y values. For that, let's go into the step event and add some code at the top of this event. This is checking if alarm 1 is counting down by checking if it's at or above 0, because remember, when it's inactive it will be -1. So in that case, we are changing the target X position of the enemy. We are setting it to the current X position of the enemy plus the knockback X value. Then we are doing the same for target Y.
Wait, I did this! Woo! This is exactly how I did my thing! I just made the target X and Y the current position! I did something right!
Just using the Y values. So run the game. You can now go near
I don't actually care about this part. And I also didn't do any of the one moment. First attack equals 1. No, it equals 0. And then right here, first attack equals 1. Okay. Wait, I don't need to do all of this move speed stuff. Okay, but what about object OBG heavy? Okay, what happens if I just did boom 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 boom. Instead of it equaling false, it equals 0. Equals 1. Cool. Okay, let's see. So how does it define, like, player? Real. HP2. It's called real. Alright, this is called real. Alright, first attack. In that case, here, it's called bool. Oh, instead of enemy 1, it's enemy parent. No, one moment, battle manager. Battle enemy. Oh crap, one moment. Now I need to get into OBJ battle enemy. Alright. Am I supposed to do it on the battle enemy? Alright, what does this do? Okay. Then what if I just don't use the attack? Wait a minute. Aha, yes. The power of the nostrils. Okay. Then Wait, what? That immediately changed it to real rather than bool, so okay. It's still broken, but I feel like I'm actually getting somewhere. Battle manager, there's enemy. So wait, what exactly? It's here that's having the problem, right? First attack. So which step specifically? This is still on enemy 1. Oh, and it's still on false. 0. Slowly but steadily. Oh, no. Oh! Oh, it gives me infinite of that. Okay. Then what happens if left press? Where does it? Equals 0. That way I don't get just spam endless amounts of ×2 damage. Oh wait, I missed the opportunity window. Yep. Woo! My goodness. That is sweet. Now I just need to have it play automatically. That is awesome though. Oh gosh.
The way this will work will be similar to how we program the alarm in the enemy, just that they...
Wait. And I'm pretty sure. Let me just check real fast. No. Yeah, it doesn't use up build up or charge. So I could totally have it go twice in a row. There's currently no reason not to just, alright, so wait, boom, okay, we'll use the charge first rather than, okay. One more. I think I can change that just by Control Z, getting rid of the else in here, placing that there, and then V, and then else there. Did I just miss the timing? Or does that not work? Boom. There. Okay, I just missed the timing. Okay, so it does work. You can get twice. You can get 2 in a row. Nice. And then yeah, there's one guy over here. But yeah. Now I will say it is kind of tight timing. Wait. OVG battle switcher. This is it. What am I supposed to take away from all of that? What? Okay. Anyway. I think I'm willing to... Oh. So that's what it is. Okay, that's very weird, but alright.
There won't be any knockback. When the player is hit, we'll set alarm 0 because the player's alarm 0 is unused. Meanwhile, in the enemy, we had to use alarm 1. The alarm will be set when the player is hit, and while the alarm is counting down, the player can't be hit again. So this gives us some time to run away.
I don't think I need any of this.
Take damage again. Go into your objects and object player. Let's go to the events menu and add a new collision event with the obj enemy parent object. So this will run whenever the player touches any enemy instance. Here let's first make sure that alarm 0.
Alright, so then how does... I'm still a bit confused, because how does this... Facing step... How exactly... Oh gosh, it's been a while. And wait, oh yeah. Yeah, that's my brief. Oh, it's still called roll up here. Oh well. I now know that this will stay active if I go into combat, which is interesting. Oh, and here we are. Control C, then where is it? Battle Manager Attack. Was this in... This was in, collide with enemy parent. Collision, enemy parent, V. Alright. Is this all we need, or does this break something? It breaks something. Okay. So I'm guessing... I'm guessing some of this is linked to the player itself. I don't know how to trigger this. Can I put in... BJ dash underscore player. Let's go with this. No. Wait a minute. Okay. Then what happens if I just go in normally? Okay, I can go in normally. It's just when I try and attack them. Okay. Action number 1. See, OBJ player OBJ player and then OBJ oh wait, those are battle players, not that's something I can fix real quick. So what I basically told it to do is set the stats for battle player to player. Okay. OBJ okay, one moment. Now then, has that... Yeah. Alarm for OBJ enemy parent. In that case, where is OBJ enemy parent? Okay. Okay. Now then, I'm guessing that... Battle manager... Role player... Annie. Wait, what? I'm guessing it's OBJ... Battle player? That's battle enemy. Not gone into it? No, apparently not. Huh. Strange. Charge is set to any, but I don't think it should be. Let's do this again to see if it... Oh. Well, something is correct and something else broke. Alright, so it's specifically whenever I hit them again. Alright. So wait, what exactly? Alright, wait, so then... Oh gosh, one moment. What did it say was broken? Alright. Step event for object heavy, object action heavy, unable to find instance for object index, line 1. Wait, object heavy attack. Wait a minute. Control X. Alarm 0. I have an idea. This will give it exactly 10 frames in order to do something. Is that small delay all it takes to run through the calculations? Number 0 equals 10. Oh, man. O, B, no, let's see. BJ, player. Control C, Control V, Control V. Does that work? No, that doesn't work. Noted. Well, is that what it wants? No, let's... Nope, that doesn't work. I'm going to just delete these two events and pretend that they don't exist. In fact, they've never existed. Huzzah. Okay. Sometimes you need to know when to admit defeat.
Is not active, only then we can be attacked. And then, first of all, make the HP of the player go down by the damage of the enemy. Then set alarm 0 to 60, so we get a whole second during which we can't be attacked again. Then I'll set the image color to red to tell the player, hey, you've taken damage. So let's check if the HP is at or below 0. And if it is.
And we have been streaming for about 1.5 minutes. Not minutes, hours. Gosh. I'm very fast at this.
Or you can also watch the alternate version of this tutorial, that real-time sword combat. You can now go and watch the next part, which is about stats and leveling up. Or you can also watch the alternate version of...
Alright, apparently something's wrong here, because it doesn't actually have the leveling up and experience progression system in this video, but it does have, but it is released. These are like a year old.
At this point in the series, you have a working RPG with either real-time combat or turn-based combat. Regardless of which path you chose, we are now gonna add leveling up in the game. So as you defeat enemies, you gain XP, and when you level up, your maximum health and damage go up. We are also gonna add a second enemy type that is harder to defeat on lower levels, but as you level up, it gets easier to defeat it. So let's open our project and get started.
Oh, it's just faster? Is that it? Darn, I thought it was going to be like, oh yeah, it actually like shoots or throws stuff at you, because it looks like it's some sort of spitter plant kind of thing. I could really see that, like, spitting out rocks towards you.
The first thing we're gonna do is give the player the ability to gain XP and levels. So for that, let's open the OBJ player object.
Hmm. Okay, clean up everything that I'll need, everything that I don't need. Boom, 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 boom. Okay.
Object, and then go to the create event over here. I'm gonna add
One other thing that I kind of thought would be fun is making a new attack that uses the WASD keys. Like, sometimes I'll one moment. Sometimes you'll see me doing stuff like this. And I was thinking, what happens if I turned that into, like, an actual attack? Like, and I think I can do it. It's like, let me get a new OBJ, create that one, yeah. OBJ dash action dash test. Basically, I was thinking of having it be like, it turns on. First off, left press. Okay. So they are a parent to OBG action parent, I'm guessing. Boom. Okay. Nice. And then action equals function. Okay, and then appease it with those. So then we have this. Then we put on alarm. Then we have it be alarm 0 because currently there aren't any other alarms. Then we put it in for equals, let's just do 100 for now for testing purposes. And then let's see, how do I do it now? I could probably just do it OBG player. And then keyboard check for D. And then boom, 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 and then boom. Boom. There. And then how are those the only... That is so weird. Oh, right. There. Check D, W, A, and S. Now I have all of these. Let's see. I'm thinking that Q check. Okay. Put that there, or does that need to be at top? I'll put this there, and then have it be... What should I have it be? QT? No. I need something. Swing. I'll just call that swing equals 0. Equals 1. No, wait, this needs to be in a step event. Okay. Oh, but the step event has all of this stuff that looks important. Okay, I want Control C and then override, then Control V, so I get that. I think I lost the script here. And then, oh. So alarm is set to 100. Alright. And then swing equals 3. Then I can have that be 4. It just makes more sense to me to have it this way. Let's see, I could also have this be 2, this be 3, this be 4. No, that doesn't work. That's actually wrong. That has to be 3, and that would be 4. Then I need to check to make sure this is going in sequence. And then, how do I check to make sure it's going in sequence? How do I, like, check to see if it's 1, 2, 3, and 4? Is it like this? Plus 1. Excuse me. No, because then I can just tap on any of them in order to... Racking my brain to try and see how... Alright, let me think. If... One moment, y'all. What is this? Time for a quick break? Yeah, that sounds about right. While I connect the internet... Oh, goodness. Okay, so apparently OBS tried to die there for a second. But yeah. Okay, so if swing equals 1... If swing equals 0, okay, so I need to lower all of these by 1. If swing equals 0, then it wants us to keyboard check for S. It disconnected again. Disconnected and reconnecting. I'm trying to rack my brain. So it would be keyboard check right here, and then instead of that, it would be if equals 0. Swing equals 1. Damage plus, plus 1, and damage hasn't been set yet. Equals 0. Oh wait, no, wrong. I don't know exactly what that'll do, but I'm going to go with it. It reconnected successfully. Yay. Equals 0. And then finally, no wait. Okay, so it goes. Ah, dang it. Just real fast before I accidentally do any more double 6. That would be 3. That would be 2. That would be 1. And that would be 2. Okay. Alarm 0. Else it resets your damage. Oh wait. Boom. And then I can just copy paste this. Alright. Alright, then I need this. D would be idle right. W would be idle up. Time for a quick break. Actually, since I'm still on a time for a quick break, I'm just gonna go run up and get something to drink. Oh, my bad. So, prepare yourselves to witness my creation. Oh, I can't even access it. What am I trying to do? Gosh. So, basically, it starts at A, where you're facing the left, then you go to S, and you press S. It checks if your swing is at 0. I probably could have just made it check if the sprite was looking left, but that seems like more effort. And it will set your swing to stage 1. It'll also add 1 damage to your damage total, and then change your sprite index to make it so that you're looking down. Then you press D all the way up here, and you swing doesn't have a sprite. Let me give it a edit image so that it is just gosh, that is not I'll handle the pixel art later. Right now I just need it to have, no, that's room 1, room battle. I need, nope, that's the wrong one. Action test. Oh. Goodness, that is much larger. One moment. Okay. Yeah, that's what's going on. 32. Apply. Oh gosh. Actually, one moment. Also, I am not trying to center this, I'm just trying to make it. Yep, that's about right. And one of these days I'm going to have to learn pixel art. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's not a hard fix. Oh, I can only... Oh, what? Apparently, I can only edit. What? Select tool. Yeah, but how do I not select anything? Ah, there. And then... Now, there is apparently like a line tool. Yeah, there we are. Why is it trying to put me in the... Oh. Right, I don't have anything. Okay, and then... Okay, in that case, I can... Alright, line tool. quickly do... oh, yeah, one more. That's S. Might look like 5, but that's because they really are just the same. Then there's D. I think it looks pretty nice. Well, that's odd. One moment. Oh, yeah, there. 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 Yeah. I think that stands out as D. Anyway, we now have W. Is that good? I think that's actually really good. Huh. I think that turned out nicely. Anyway. Time to... okay, so... noted. It seems that, it seems it works at the moment. Oh, that's OBG action, that's action function, swing damage. That means it should take 100 seconds. Or not 100 seconds, 100 frames. But it seems to be doing it instantly. So, I'm not exactly sure. At the very least, it's injuring them. 100 frames might not be enough for any real good combos there. Oh, yeah, I think. Oops. Hmm. Oh wait, I think I know how to fix this. First off, I need to get rid of that. So it just does this. And I don't need to press it again. Alright, and then this, so that it doesn't do things, I'm pretty sure. Error in action number 1, if step event object obj action test variable not set before reading it. Oh, so I need to set the variables. Alright, does that work, or do I need these to be above the action thing? Okay. Aha. Okay, and now we click it. I should probably put one moment. I should probably put something so that it tells you that it's actually wait, what? Oh, right. All of this makes it so it draws itself every frame. So then... Okay, unfortunately I can't. Unfortunately, these parts don't actually do anything. Sad. But yeah, one moment. That did like... twice my normal damage, I want to say. So I'm gonna see. Oh. Wait, but that doesn't make much sense. Plus damage. Oh. Does this make it do damage twice, so therefore it just doubles the damage? In that case, I need to make it swing underscore damage. And then goodness. Swing. Actually, swe underscore damage. Yeah, that makes it easier, sure. And then instead of that, it would be there? Question mark? Does that work? That still does the same damage. Got it. So that doesn't work. I don't know why not, though. Like, it should... Oh, one more. By any miracle, does that fix it? Yeah, I really need something. Okay, so this is just a delayed ×2 then, for some reason. I don't know why. It's a keyboard check, so... Like, what am I supposed to do? If I just keep pressing W, does it do normal damage? No. Wait, does this do, like, that much damage? It shouldn't. Yeah, no. For some reason I'm doing... Yeah, twice the damage I should be. And I can't figure out why. Battle manager, player attack... Because I literally just copy-pasted the damage from this to here. Which means that I didn't change anything, so if I'm not adding damage from this... Also, for some reason, swing damage. I'm still happy with how this turned out. I may... There. I could also just do that. That makes it look thin, though. Okay. You start with S, because you're technically starting at A. Okay, I think I have an idea for how to do it, but I'm going to leave that till next time, which will be probably tomorrow, actually. What? So, as always, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Let me save. But yeah, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Have a nice day. And I will be here hopefully tomorrow to do some more of this, because this is fun. This is the experimental side of things, and I can almost guarantee you I am doing something wrong. But yeah, also, if any of you want any intros, if you want any to suggest any form of intros, then feel free to leave them in the comments. I read all the comments I get, which have been like 2, I think, in total on my entire channel. So yeah, I'm gonna start streaming, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice one. One Mississippi, 2